Hey everyone, welcome to, well, I guess we'll call this the CK Comics 2014 State of the Union Address. Go over what's been going on this past year and some insight into what's coming up for 2015. I'm Shane Will. I am the creative director for CK Comics and the Tomorrowverse. I also write titles such as Caliber, Tomorrow, and Stories and Tales of the Tomorrowverse. I do art for the Caliber series. I'm the head artist on that, as well as some of the shorts that you've read in Tales of the Tomorrowverse. And some more that'll be coming up here that we'll discuss later on. And as a reminder, we are CK Comics, the home of the Tomorrowverse, is published by Scattered Comics Inc. And you could check out all their titles outside of the Tomorrowverse. They got some great stuff like Blinth, Hybrid Earth, Scattered, Curious Journey, the upcoming Anonymouse, lots of good stuff. And some of those creators also work with us at CK. We did a reprint of Caliber #1 when that sold out, and Frederick Allison Jr., who does the book art for the book Hybrid Earth through Scattered, did a special cover. And you'll also be seeing some art from him in Tales of the Tomorrowverse for a story that CK writer Joe Bertram's doing about a new character, Ballistic. So looking forward to that. And yeah, if you're not familiar with CK creators and line of the Tomorrowverse, I've introduced myself, Shane Will. We also have writer Joe Bertram, who's currently doing stories in the Tales of the Tomorrowverse book, but will next year be launching his solo title, Ballistic, which I mentioned earlier, that Frederick's doing some of the art for some introductory stories and tales of that character. I also want to give a mention to a great inker that I've been working with, Susan Schultz. She's been doing the inking for me on Caliber starting with issue 2, and does some stuff in Tales of the Tomorrowverse also. She's doing a great job, really proud of her and happy with the work she's been doing. We also have a great and talented artist, Nicholas Garza, who is doing the art for Tomorrow, our third title, which launches January 2015. I'm the writer, but Nicholas Garza is doing all the interior art, and he's done lots of great work in Tales of the Tomorrowverse, our anthology series. He did a Tomorrow story in issue 1. In issue 2, he did the art for Break and for Horizon. Horizon, another character that Joe Bertram created and wrote. So yeah, we've got a nice talented pool, giving you some great comics. Now I've mentioned Caliber. In 2014 we had Caliber #1 and Caliber #2 debut. Caliber 3 is ready to go and will be coming out in about 2 weeks here, I believe. It'll be available in print and digitally. We'll put up some links for the digital sites that it's available, and also a link to our store if you can't find our comics in print and you prefer the old-fashioned way. So Caliber is a story of a young man who some tragedy happened to his mother when he was just a little baby, and she decided to use him as her instrument of vengeance, I like to say. And for the next 14 years, he did nothing but train and learn to fight. And the story begins on his 18th birthday in issue 1, which is the night that she hands him a mask and a costume and says, "Now go do what your whole life has led up to." So yeah, we got some gritty storytelling in there. If you're a fan of street level superheroes, I think you'll enjoy Caliber. There's also some more deeper stuff that deals a lot with the relationship of him and his mother, who's a main character in the story as well. And how a life of knowing nothing but fighting and violence has brought them to the point that they are now, and where does a relationship, or how can a relationship of caring and love exist when you've grown up in that situation, and also what is he like personally? I like to explore that, the idea that someone that's been completely sheltered for his entire youth, and how does he deal with people on a personal level? So that's a little insight on Caliber. Like I said, issue 1 and issue 2 are available now, in print and digitally. I also mentioned Tales of the Tomorrowverse. That is our anthology series through CK Comics. It's kind of one that brings all of our characters together, not together yet in the same story, but where they are in the universe together, in those world. Issue 1 had a story of my character Caliber, kind of explored where his name came from and how he got that idea. It had a story of tomorrow, as I mentioned, called Yesterday's Monster. Kind of fun little tale about how he encounters a Tyrannosaurus Rex at a research lab. It's a good time there. And Spitfire, a story called School's Out, which explores one of Joe Bertram's characters. It's a English girl who has the power to fly and generate flames that she's inherited through her family lineage, and you'll see how that all came about in issue 1. Issue 2 has a story about a character called Break. He is a Muslim character who his body absorbs energy, so he's kind of impervious, and he's decided to go out and do good, seeing some of these other heroes on TV, and show that not all Muslims are what we hear about as terrorists, but they also do good, and he wants to take that to the streets and show that he's a good person, and people within his faith are also good. There's the character Horizon. Joe Bertram writes that one. It's a son of an African ambassador who actually can shift his body into different elemental forms. And this story kind of introduces him and his powers, and has a fun action sequence in it. And then the third one there, I introduced a character that I was pretty excited about. It's kind of near and dear to my heart, called Horror Punk. He's a kid that grew up who was possessed by a demon, the Demon King of Fear, and he all his life had been tormented by this thing, and kind of pushed him towards some dark things and dark beliefs, but he eventually found a way to contain and control the demon. So now he can use that fear against other people. And it's an introductory story. Kind of goes over the origin, but written in a fun way, like a music video, because he also headlines a band called the Harbingers of Poe. So you'll see more about him and more about that band in future CK books in the Tomorrowverse. Also, little hint upcoming in Caliber. They will meet in an issue of Caliber. So there's that's where we're at now with Caliber 1 and 2 and Tales of the Tomorrowverse number 1 and 2. Let me give you a shot of those covers. Actually, let's take a little tour of my working area, the CK Comics Studios. This is where I write and draw the stuff that I do. There's my desk. There's some inspirational art on the walls, some of my favorite DC stuff, and see my bookcase with some reference material. On the side here is some work from Frederick Allison Jr. that I mentioned. There's a Hybrid Earth poster, and a fun drawing that he did of some of the robins. I'm a big fan of robins, so he did that, and I got that. So back over here in the studio, see on the desk here is Caliber #1 with the new cover Frederick did. Caliber #2, I did that cover. Tales of the Tomorrowverse #1 and Tales of the Tomorrowverse #2. So that's our current line as of the recording of this video, what we have out. But issue 3 of Caliber, like I said, is set and will be out very shortly. And Tales from the Tomorrowverse #3 is just about wrapping up also. Big news, like I mentioned earlier, is our third title. Tomorrow will be debuting in January also. So Tomorrow is a character that I created and write. Nicholas Garza is doing the art for. Tomorrow is a fun character. He's a man out of time that, in a sense, he was created genetically around the year 3000 through a combination of different alien DNAs, aliens that had attacked and ravaged Earth over the years, and this institute was hoping to create a warrior to fight them off, thinking if this person could combine all the abilities of these aliens, you know, they could make an army of them and then hopefully defend Earth. But it was implemented and created too late. The last wave of attacks had wiped out Earth. But the embryo survived, and a couple, most likely what they believe to be the last 2 humans, find this traveling back to Earth, and they find a way to go back in time and head back to the year 1993 to raise this kid, well, first birth him and then raise him, and instill in him values, and that he would then use these abilities to hopefully defend Earth when the attacks happen. So we follow his his rise and early adventures, and we'll see where this goes with the doom that now he and his parents know is fated for Earth, and can he defend it? A lot of that and a lot of other things will tie to our big summer crossover. I can't talk too much about, but we will have, starting in April, we're going to launch it with issue #0, a mini-series called Incursion. So there will be 0 and then 1 through 6. And this mini-series will bring all of our heroes in the Tomorrowverse together in one book, teaming up to fight off something that not one of them would be able to do on their own. So we're really excited about that. I can't go into too much detail now, but it's getting put together, and I think you're all really going to love it. So I also want to talk a little bit about a fundraiser we're doing, Tomorrowverse holiday t-shirt deal through booster.com. I'll put the link up for that as we go over this, but it's got the cover of Tales of the Tomorrowverse #1 in black on a blue shirt. They're available in any size, and this ends on December 31st, so hurry over and get your shirt today. The proceeds go to help us get to conventions so we can keep getting our books out there and showing the world what we're all about. So I appreciate any help on that, and please, if you get a chance, share the booster as well. That's about where we stand right now. I'm going to try to keep up and once a week give you guys a little heads up what's going on in the CK studios, give you a little bit insight and some sneak peeks behind the scenes, and also let you know when releases are happening and where they're available. So I'll have all the links on this video for where you can get the current issues, both print and digitally. And also stay tuned on my channel, because I'm going to have another series on here that I'm starting. Challenged myself over the year to do a drawing a week of DC comic character, just for fun, something different to draw outside of my own stuff that I'm doing through CK. I thought it'd be a fun exercise and a good challenge to keep me drawn. So keep a look on that. I'm not affiliated with DC Comics in any way. This is just a fun thing I'm doing on the side. So anyway, so yeah, check back often. Make sure to go to Facebook, like our page, facebook.com/CK Comic Books. You'll get some tidbits, sneak peeks, and all the info on there as well. And make sure to also like our publishing company, Scattered Comics, Scattered Comics Inc. on Facebook as well. And thanks for watching. Enjoy the stories from the Tomorrowverse, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.